I have this guy named
All right, this one's a little bit harder. You're given some clues about how to draw this. And let's see. And you're supposed to draw it. So what you do is you take clue by clue and add it in. So first they tell you at x equals -2, that's this first piece of information, y is equal to 4. So you go x equals -2. And put a 4 there. So let's check. Done with that. Then they tell you that f of x is bigger than 2 in the interval -1 to 1/2. So we go down here. Here's a 1/2 right here. Over here, the whole thing is bigger than 2. So it doesn't matter what it does down here. From here, I know it's going to be bigger than 2 anywhere like this. F starts decreasing when x is equal to 1, so it doesn't matter what it does here. They only gave you a clue about that region. F starts decreasing when x is equal to 1, so here's x equals 1 right here. You just make it go down. And f at 3 is 4. There's 2, 3. F at 3 is 4. And f starts decreasing at x equals 5. So here it goes down, but then at f at 3 it's 4, and then it starts increasing when x is 5. So make it go up. Just draw exactly what they're telling you to draw. And it doesn't matter around the areas where they haven't given you information, it doesn't really matter what you do. You just make it decrease when x is 1. So I did that. I made it go down when x is 1. I made it f at 3 to be 4. And also it said f at 0. Well, let's see, I needed my eraser now. They also gave me the clue that f at 0 is 4 as well. So here's how I can do it. I can make it straight like that. I can make it go down like this. And then I think I have everything else in it. So look at each piece. It's bigger than 2 when x is between -1 to 1/2. It's bigger than 2 when x is between -1 to 1/2. It starts going down at x equals 1. So I made it go down when x equals 1. It starts at f at 3, it's 4. So I made it 4 at f at 3, at x equals 3. And then it say make it go up after 5, so I made it go up after 5. So I just went check by check and made it do it. And if it didn't fit right at the beginning, like I found f at 0 had to be 4, I just erased what I had and made f at 0 be 4. Easy enough? One more problem, and then I'll let you go to register and do all the things you need to do. And I'll look into playing that prank on Quasi. It's worth it. It's worth it, right? This is a little bit more tricky. So this little circle right here that they have at the top, this little guy here, what they're talking about is putting the function g inside the function f. So what they mean by that is f means f at g at t. How do you handle it with numbers? Well, first they want t equals 1. When t equals 1, g of t is 5. I got that off the table by just looking up there. When t equals 1, g of t is 5. So I just pull that over. And the reason I'm doing that, that's the first number in the table I have to fill in. That's why I started out with 1. Once I get that number, I take that number and plug it into F. So step 2, and then I go to the first table and go to F at 5 and figure out what that answer is. That's where I got it, from the first table. And that's what goes over here. Okay? Ayana, no? So let me do it faster, actually. I think I'm doing it so slow that it's confusing. So see the value 2 here? Right there? See that 2? The first step is to get G at 2. So I go to this table, and here's T equals 2, and here's G at 2. G at 2 is 2. Then I take that number 2 and I go over here and look what F at 2 is. So whatever the Y value is here, I go to the X value on the table here. So 2 at 2 is going to give me 2 here. So that's the answer I put here. 3. So I go to this table first. G at 3 is 2. So I get the 2 here. Then I go to the 2 here, because the answer here was 2. I go to the X values here of 2 and get the Y value. So my answer is 2. One more time. 4. I go to the 4 here. The Y value is 2 again. So I go back to the 2 here. The Y value is 2. 5. Well, they made it really easy, right? 5 is 2, 2 is 2. So I get 2 here. Okay. Question? Easy?
So what if over here, 2, what if the G of T is like 4?
Then you go here, 4, and pull up 5. That would actually, I think their random number generator probably messed up and gave them a bunch of 2s. Right, so if it was a 4, you go over to the 4 here and look at the Y value here and then put that in as your Y value. So in terms of computer science, you're doing 2 mappings. You're taking one array, mapping it to a set of numbers, and taking that second set of numbers and mapping it to another set of numbers. That's what you're doing. That's what that little circle is. I know you probably did a lot of algebra with that little circle, but that's what it really is. You're taking a number in 2 steps, sending it to 2 places. Okay, I can finish up on, if you guys want to get out, yeah, I can finish up the rest of this, because all of them are that easy, actually. You want me to finish up the entire thing today, or you want me to finish the rest up Wednesday? We don't have a quiz Wednesday. Wednesday? Right, I know you guys love me. Thank you very much.